Hey guys, James here, TCGU University, coming back at you with another deck profile. Today we're going to be doing Vicious. Vicious was one of the decks I played during our most recent campus championship, hashtag Final Destination, the last set of the bracket before we reset everything and all the characters become available for the next season. I got chosen to play Vicious. I decided to play him under Earth, do a whole flipping thing. It's really cool. I think I ended almost every single game with my my opponent's entire staging area flip face down. Like even the games I lost, all their entire staging area was just face down. It didn't matter. They had nothing. They had to beat me with raw stats, and it was a lot of fun playing this deck. I thoroughly enjoyed it. To the point to where I thought, like, if it wasn't for the fact that this next set's coming out and I have a lot of characters I want to play test, I might have thought of taking this to like a tournament, like an actual PTC. I really enjoyed it. So let's get into this profile, guys. Okay, guys, like I said, this is my Vicious deck from the campus championship this week of hashtag Final Destination. Vicious, I played him under Earth, but he has two other symbols of being all and evil. He's a 6-hand size for 31 vitality with 2 abilities. E, lose 2 vitality, your opponent must flip one of their foundations. And then E, lose 1 vitality. This attack gets +2 damage. If this attack is not blocked, you draw a card. It's super good. We mainly use the top one, but we use the bottom one to kind of make sure we threaten our opponent to block and waste cards, or just let us get free advantage. So let's get into the profile. So like I said during the opening, I almost ended every game with their entire staging area flip face down. So this card was A+ S tier material. Basically for the E remove, this attack gets +X or -X damage. X equals the number of your opponent's face down foundations. Your opponent may flip 2 foundations, cancels the effect. I never gave them the option to cancel. They never had a staging area. They never had face up staging area. And if they did, they had 1 or less. And that's why I dropped them all the way to 1 and went, cool, you're not allowed to pay for this. So your attack does nothing to me. Just I'm turning it off. It doesn't matter. Your Path Ins here is just such a super good card. And like the way I played the Vicious deck, just abused it. We're playing 2 Requiem. Same thing with your Path Ins here. Like if I ever built this, it just meant I turned off 1 attack for an entire turn, meaning they had to understand that they needed more than just 1, as well as it just having the ability to give free damage just for the thing just means they were going to be forced to block one of my attacks regardless. So they had to be prepared for all of that. Onto the attacks. We're playing the Vicious staple of 4 Cathedral Standoff. Vicious E, draw 2 cards, free Pot of Greed, basically. Everybody loves Pot of Greed. Everybody should know what Pot of Greed is, but free draw 2, it's really nice. Just under Vicious. And then E, discard 2 momentum. Your opponent loses 5 vitality. It's super strong, super good. Just nuts. Next, we're playing 3 Massive Blow. I'm still not sure how I felt about this. This card was a little lackluster for me during the tournament. It's a 3/8 with Fury, powerful 3, stun 1. It's a 5 diff, 3 control with a 3 high block. E, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If your printed vitality is greater than your opponent, most of the time as a 631 you are, unless you're facing against like a 5-hander or a 4-hander. You're pretty much assumed to have more health. It gets +2 to its powerful rating, and your opponent flips 1 foundation. So like it deals with our flip thing, but I never got to use it the way I fully intended of just getting to fully powerful an attack out and making it unblockable and just killing them that way. I kind of felt like it was lackluster, and I probably should have played something else. So 4 Rock Splitter. This card's very good. I really like this card. So E, your opponent flips 2 foundations. They can discard a card to cancel. Basically, we force them to either discard or let us flip more foundations for free, making sure we don't have to pay 2 of Vicious if we flip their entire staging area. And it also has stun 2 and powerful 2, which means we just get to give damage later, commit them out. If they choose not to block, we draw a card. So we make them make choices on whether or not they want to take the 7 damage from this and let me draw a card, or block and be afraid of the next attack I throw if I have the ability to pump damage on that one. Next, we're playing 4 Spinning Piledriver. This card's extremely good and Vicious. This card basically says pay 2 to flip 2 foundations, basically. Piledriver comes in, and then the first E for you will always be flip 1 of your opponent's foundation, flip 1 foundation in your opponent's staging area, and then they do whatever they want to do, and then you flip another one with Vicious, just meaning that they are just losing 2 foundations every attack you play with your spinning Piledriver is just really good. As well as just getting the ability to get 2 damage off of Vicious and force them to think about if they want to waste a block on a 0 for 6 or if they just want to take the 6 damage and let you draw. And then the last stack we're playing is for Tiger Claws. It's a 3 diff, 3 mid for 3 with a 1 mid block, breaker 1, and has ranged. E, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. This tech gets a speed bonus equal to the highest printed difficulty on a foundation in your staging area. We play a few 3 diffs. And then it gets 3 speed, making it a 6-3, 6-5 vicious, which makes your opponent have to decide on whether or not they want to block a 6 mid for 5 that lets you draw a card, or whether or not just take that 5 damage and let you draw a card. Sorry, I said that backwards. So yeah, take the 5 damage and let you draw, or block a 6 mid for 5. And then the other ability is pay 2. Your opponent flips a foundation. So just like Piledriver, except this time you pay 4 and make your opponent flip 2. The idea was just to limit our opponent's entire staging area to having no foundations that were face up. So onto the foundations. 4 Thunderous Roar. E, commit. Your attack gets +1 speed for each of your opponent's face down foundations. This card is nuts and vicious. I flipped their entire staging area and didn't allow them to do anything, and I got to give free speed for it. And then because we're milling cards with like Tiger Claws, and like the massive blow, and then like we're playing Second Saintly Beast, and obviously you're making checks and doing everything a turn. It just says that if you have 30 or more cards in your discard pile, double that. So like most of the time, most of my opponents had like 10. They built the 10 just for like deadlock purposes, because everyone's scared to go to deadlock now, because that's what they did to the format. But so like everyone built the 10, which means like this did 10 speed if I didn't have 30, and gave me 20 speed if I did. So if I had 30, I just got 20 speed for free on 1 foundation. Just 1. Like it was just nuts. Then we're playing for the Second Saintly Beast. It's a 2 diff, 5 control, 3 high block, breaker 1. E, once per turn, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed. It let us block easier, or just giving speed to make sure our attacks go unblocked, and Vicious lets us draw a card. And then sometimes we went to deadlock, and we flipped the rest of our opponent's staging area for free, which is just nuts. We're playing 3 War for Armageddon. It's another card. It's a 2/4, 4 mid block, so we'll never block with it. But it's another card that says we get to flip a card in our opponent's staging area for not paying life outside of Vicious. So Vicious lets us flip, and then this one says flip one of your opponent's foundations with a responsibility on it. So you just basically go, cool, flip that one, and then I'll pay 2, make you flip another one. And we just, again, limit the number of face-up foundations our opponent has. Next, we're playing a Vicious Staple in Eliminating the Van. It's a 2/5, 3 mid block. E, you can discard a card to give +2 or -2 damage. That never really came in much, but the Vicious E to gain 3 life to make sure we can keep using Vicious to flip things, or to like make sure we give damage so we can try and draw, force our opponent to block, and waste things so we can kill them. Very much came in handy. Then we're playing 3 Pride of the Tribe. Pride of the Tribe is very good and very unique. I don't know if many Vicious are playing it. I really like it. I think in the future I might just cut it to 2. But it's a 2/4 with a 1 mid block. R, after this foundation is committed to pass the check on a block to block an attack. Your opponent flips one of their foundations, playable while committed. So basically you block, commit, make them flip over a foundation, and that's not counting the foundation that was already flipped with Vicious. It just means we're flipping their staging area even faster. 4, Commander of the Outworld's Armies. Basically, face tank something, flip a foundation, give -2 to the next thing. Like I said, our goal is just to flip our opponent's entire staging area and make sure they weren't able to play any foundations face up. Then the last card of our 2 diffs is the Snake Becomes the Dragon. E, commit. This deck gets -2 speed for each of your opponent's face down foundations. This card basically said we block something for free, which is just super, super cool. 3 Police Connections to make sure our opponent can't flip our stuff. We're flipping a lot of things, but we definitely don't want our opponent to flip our stuff. We like our stuff. Then on to 4 Eviscerate. Eviscerate is very good. It's a very good sub now that push limit's rotating. I would have played both if I played Vicious before push limit rotated, but our card pull, after you play this card, add it to your stage area, only playable if your opponent has more face down foundations than you, and being able to like flip our opponent's entire staging area, they always had more face downs than us, so we always got to build for free. And then our flip, after you are dealt damage, your opponent flips 1 foundation, so it does our thing as well. Cool interaction with this is like you could half block on something. They have more face downs. You bring it in, resolve damage, and then flip this and make them flip it anyways, and just basically get super value out of it. And then the last card we're playing is for Arranging a Deal. Basically, we cut ourselves, so getting into desperations very easily. And then being a 1/6 spam that we can just put it into our deck that lets us draw a card at desperation is just super, super good. Thanks again for checking out the profile, guys. If you like the Vicious deck, make sure to leave a comment down below. We love reading all of those. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/TCGU University. You'll be able to check out all of these videos on our YouTube, so make sure to look out for those. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to the video. Hit the notification bell to make sure you keep updated whenever we post videos. And as always, guys, stay learned.